Yeah, the welcome reception is 6 o'clock.
Aren't you just winning today? Yeah,
Oh, thank you. Oh, the 100th anniversary.
Oh, thank
Very
you,
nice.
thank you. Oh, congratulations. That is nice.
That's a nice pen.
It is.
I'll keep that.
And congratulations to them making 100 years, bless their hearts.
Yeah. Got a great place to put that right in the back of my wheel. Right in here.
I believe that.
Can we get settled in, please, for the next session? Thank you very much.
Okay. My email doesn't say what time it is.
What?
My email doesn't say what time
It's
Hello, everyone.
6.
My name is Tom Fiske, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Yokogawa's press conference. Today we've got a lot of exciting news to share with you. Kurosu, our Senior Executive Vice President, will talk about some strategic initiatives and objectives. Simon Wright will talk about industrial knowledge, and then we'll have some concluding remarks and a Q&A. So I'd like to invite Kurosu up to start the press conference.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Satoru Kurosu. I'm the board member and the executive vice president of Yokogawa Global Headquarters. And I'm head of Solution Service Business Headquarters. Here's a picture of ARC Forum last year. As you may know, Yokogawa celebrates 100-year anniversary starting from this ARC Forum last year. Over the last 100 years, Yokogawa has grown into a global company with nearly 20,000 employees in 56 countries. First and foremost, we'd like to express our sincere gratitude and our highest appreciation to all of you. By the way, there was research for long-lasting companies. There are 5,586 companies of over 200 years history. Out of them, 56% are Japanese companies, followed by just 15% of German companies. The oldest Japanese company is 1,437 years old. So we may be still young as a Japanese company. Last year, we created a new midterm and long-term business vision. New vision said, through process co-innovation, Yokogawa creates new value with its clients for a brighter future. Process co-innovation is a concept for a future automation business that will utilize all of Yokogawa's measurement, control, and information technologies. Yokogawa seeks to establish even stronger bonds of trust with our customers by working with them to create value and stimulate growth. As for the new midterm plan, to continue growing in a rapidly changing business environment, Yokogawa must transform itself to adapt to our customers' changing needs. The name Transformation 2017 expresses the strong will and determination of top management to achieve a transformation in Yokogawa by the end of fiscal year 2017. there are three key initiatives in being a customer-oriented solution service company: focusing on customers, creating new value together, and achieving high efficiency as a global company. This slide shows the relationship between our customers and process co-innovation. We are willing to recognize our customers' business and business needs and challenges, and take pleasure in finding complete solutions to issues customers face. Then, we can provide best-of-breed solutions whose functions are integrated vertically, from sensors to enterprise systems. In addition, our customer business activities also align horizontally with their own customers, suppliers, business partners, and so on. We are always with the clients throughout their business life cycles as a dependable partner. This global picture is illustrated a concept of multi-enterprise collaboration and integration through the realization of process co-innovation. Yokogawa will seek not only to optimize production processes in the plant, but also to contribute to the integration, collaboration, and optimization of entire supply chain by consolidating the flow of material and various types of data within and between companies. Moving on to the next point. Today, I'd like to announce our new business unit and strategy for cloud-based solutions. Just a month ago, we issued a new press release for acquiring cloud data service provider Industrial Evolution through Yokogawa Venture Group. Today, we announce the establishment of Industry Knowledge, a new independent business unit that will play a key role in accelerating expansion of our business through the provision of cloud-based advanced solutions. Industrial Knowledge is a DBA name of Yokogawa Venture Group, so as to build as a new corporate culture, driving innovation and agility. This is one of the important strategies set out in Transformation 2017. Please take a look at the comparative chart for capabilities. They are complementary to each other, such as constitution of company. In addition to Yokogawa's quality-first approach, Industrial Knowledge adds agility to adapt changes, reliable products plus secure cloud-based platform, deep industrial knowledge, and wide range of global customer base. Through synergy between businesses, we can create new value for customers by providing cloud-based advanced solutions, such as reduced risk of supply chain disruptions, for example, caused by quality issues and shortage of supply, management and optimization of entire ecosystem, and new value creation beyond the plant. For example, creating new service business model for customers by using integrated data and analytics. This is the basic structure of cloud-based advanced solutions. Consists of two parts. Secure private cloud platform is the underlying server system on which application programs can run with reliable technology and operation. And thus is a common services for business applications. That's why we merged Industry Evolution at the first brush. Already in use by our customers to collect data from thousands of systems and devices and deliver services over the cloud, this platform is IIoT ready. On that basis, business applications are core services for advanced solutions. By working together with existing Yokogawa businesses and pursuing its DaaS business, Industrial Knowledge will seek to widen its range of services to asset management, production management, operation management, legacy system integration, and so on, through alliances and M&A. In doing so, it will be able to add to the value to the customers, products and services, and contribute to the collaboration and integration of the entire supply chain. Now, I'd like to introduce Mr. Simon Wright, CEO, Industrial Knowledge. He will kindly come to the stage to briefly explain our cloud-based advanced solutions to you as they exist today and will be expanded in the future. So Simon-san, please.
So thank you very much, Cross-san. I've been with Yokogawa now for a full 5 weeks, and I'd like to introduce the business that Yokogawa acquired that is going to market as Industrial Knowledge. So I formed and ran a business that was a pioneer in real-time data as a service for the process industries, and we've been around since the year 2000. So we were doing cloud before cloud was even called cloud, and we were providing real-time data connected to live process plants for most of the major oil and gas companies, chemical companies, and a number of the major utility companies. The platform that we built is based on an industrial robust PySQL environment, and it can pull raw data from any system or device, whether that's a standalone device or a system that's tucked in behind some corporate firewall. The data comes into a data center, private cloud that we operate, and is stored and transformed, and a certain degree of value is added through analytics and workflow processes. One of the goals of Industrial Knowledge is to continue to build out at this level here the added value that we create for the data that is moved around between the companies that we're dealing with. And the whole idea is to collect actionable data, or collect raw data and send it out as actionable data to users. And those users can be inside the company, so it doesn't have to be an external user, it can be an internal user. But quite often it's used for collaborative purposes where the user is actually external to the plant that's providing the data. And I'll go through some examples of why that might be desired. And also the user can be a machine, could be another system, not just a human being who goes to a website to see data. I wanted to go through an example, so this is provided with the permission of our customer, KBR. So KBR is one of the large engineering contractors, and they have a business. They're the #1 licensor of ammonia technology. With low gas prices right now, the ammonia business is doing quite well. So KBR in this field is doing quite well. And they have licensees who are building brand new ammonia plants and coming on stream right now. In fact, we just got an order this morning for 3 of these licensees. And what KBR wants to do is be able to provide ongoing support and service to the licensees who are starting up these plants for the first time. The licensees will have very little experience of operating these ammonia plants. KBR, sitting in Houston, has all the experience. So they want to connect to their licensees wherever they are in the world, receive a real-time feed of data, and provide startup assistance and long-term ongoing support of those customers. In order to do that, they need to reach into the historian system or the control system of each of those customers, each of those licensees, and most often those licensees, purely by coincidence, but it happens to be true that most of them are using Yokogawa DCS. So we're reaching into the historian system of that Yokogawa DCS, pulling real-time data out. It's then interacting with a simulation application so that the KBR engineers can provide good analysis on how the plant is performing versus how it should perform, and being able to make ongoing recommendations on how to improve that operation. So that's the business case that we're satisfying for KBR. And the reason that they chose a solution like ours is because KBR is good at ammonia. KBR is not expert at any of this firewall stuff, any of these systems. While most of these plants are Yokogawa DCS, some of them aren't, so they'd have to deal with all sorts of different environments, different countries, different locations. And all they want to do is provide ammonia expertise. They don't want to provide IT expertise. They wanted a system that's completely expandable and scalable, so as they add more and more licensees, they don't have to worry about building more stuff. They wanted no additional IT burden on their own organization. And of course, it had to be cost effective. It had to meet the requirements of security and reliability, not just for KBR, but for KBR's licensees. So it has to satisfy all of their needs. So a service-based approach and a kind of a independent service-based approach is the type of solution that satisfies this type of a business model. And just to emphasize the point that this isn't unique, or isn't new. It may be new to in our relationship with Yokogawa, but our DAS solution has already been used and is already in use by 10 out of the top 10, so all of the top 10 US, Canadian, and European oil and gas companies, 18 out of the top 50 in the world. In the chemical industry, 8 out of the top 10 US, Canada, and European chemical companies use our DAS solution, 20 out of the top 50. And I put this down as an interesting point. Solar, we have an application that plays into the renewable energy space. And solar and renewable energy is an industry that's born in the cloud. They don't have IT organizations that are used for monitoring, and they outsource almost everything. They have O&M suppliers on the plant that are third parties running their plants. Their assets are distributed. There's no obvious place to put people. So their natural way of doing business is to look for a cloud supplier. And we supply commercial, so we supply our data as a service to commercial and utility scale solar, mostly in the United States, but also in Italy, Chile, and Japan, to the likes of Macy's, Walgreens, those types of companies. Now, they're not our customer. Our customer is the financer of those installations. Those companies are the owners of the assets, but it's the financer of the asset who wants to look at their complete fund and portfolio of solar installations that is our customer, because we can provide a fleet-wide remote view of their whole solar fleet. And this is already a few years old, so I think in a few months' time we'll have some better statistics, but as of a couple of years ago, we were supplying our DAS solution to 4 of the top 10 users by number of installations in the United States, and 5 of the top 25 by total capacity. So this isn't yet mainstream, but it's also not brand new. There are big corporations that have already satisfied themselves that this is a viable and secure and reliable way of doing business. So what's next? We touched on it, CrossSend touched on it a little bit. Our DAS solution is already IIoT ready. What does that mean? IIoT means that it can collect data on a very large scale. So the platform that we built is robust and highly scalable. It's proven, it's secure, it's reliable. It's agnostic to data source. It's not tied to any particular type of data source, any type of data type, any communication strategies. It's not tied to any particular vendor. It's not tied to any particular service provider. It's really agnostic. It's a service that is really geared to connecting two or multiple parties together. It's also a platform that makes it SaaS capable. So it already has some SaaS components, some applications that run on top of the data platform. But what Industrial Knowledge is aiming to do is to look at the vast array of software that already exists within Yokogawa and bring that into this platform and make it available as a SaaS delivery. And by SaaS in this case, I don't just mean put the software in the cloud, I mean put the software in the cloud where it is already connected to a real data source on a plant. And I think that's the uniqueness of this solution. And the idea is that we are funded and have a charter within Yokogawa to acquire and to develop more and more technologies to add more and more value to the data platform and the data streams that we service. Thank you. Tech support.
Okay, we are very excited about adding this new capability to the Yokogawa portfolio. Yokogawa provides cloud-based advanced solutions through industry knowledge to enhance the current advanced solutions to pursue further alliance and M&A to drive efficiency and agility through effective and reliable cloud-based delivery. We expand solutions beyond the plan to deliver greater customer value and to realize multi-enterprise collaboration and integration. Our new slogan, for innovating tomorrow, represents our wish to make steady progress, one step at a time, toward a wonderful future. Together with our customers, business partners, and all other stakeholders. Thank you very much, and sincerely hope that Yokogawa can be your trusted partner for the coming 100 years too. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have a few minutes left, so at this time we'd like to open up the floor for questions. Yes, please.
Quickly, your company, do you have the subject matter experts then that understand how to create the analytics for the process that's being monitored and going into analytics?
So the question is, we have the expertise for the analytics to monitor the process.
Is industrial knowledge, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, so right now we have domain knowledge in oil and gas, chemical industry, and power industries. And obviously, as we start to add to the portfolio of acquisitions, one of the objectives of those acquisitions is to increase the breadth of domain knowledge that the company has. And Yokogawa itself has quite a lot of domain knowledge, of course. Yeah.
When you grab information out of the systems remotely, where do you add the context so that people doing the analytics understand that the importance of that piece of data or how it fits into the analytics? Is that context added down at the DCS or up in your cloud system?
Mostly it's done up in our cloud system, but if there is context to be gained at the source, then we can capture the context. If there is just raw data, then we capture the raw data and have to add the context ourselves.
So I think it's very interesting that the example that you use is KBR, right, which is a technology licensor. I know we've been saying at ARC for some time that these types of technology licensor companies might be getting more, involved in performance monitoring and things like that. Do you think this will expand to include other similar technology licensors or engineering firms, or is?
Okay, so the question is, how can we apply this to other technology licensors?
Yeah, I think
We think it
Users
will.
for users.
Yeah.
it seems to me like it's fertile ground for this kind of thing. Do you think you will expand?
Yeah, we certainly hope so. But it's kind of obvious, and I think the world is changing, right? So, if you wind the clock back 10 years ago, every big company built everything itself. And life is changing, and it's difficult for big companies that specialize on ammonia to get the best IT people. It's very difficult for them to be an expert in everything. So more and more companies are deciding where they really want to put their attention, put their investments, and what they want to outsource. So there's a natural gravitation of the industry to look outside for suppliers to help them in this. But as soon as you get into any sort of collaborative world, there becomes a problem that they just don't want to deal with. And that problem is a support problem, right? So if it was a system just for KBR, then KBR might put its hand up and say, look, I'll build this myself and I'll support it myself. But it's not a system just for KBR. It's a system for KBR and all of their licensees. And when something goes wrong, who's going to put their hand up and say, I'll fix it? I'll find out if the problem's in my shop, if it's in Brazil somewhere, or some internet connection, or some user somewhere did something wrong. Who's going to stand up and say, I'm responsible to kind of make sure that the data flows and that the application still works? So, and a KBR, or name them, they don't want to deal with that problem. We put our hand up in the air and said, we understand that the business problem we're trying to solve is this connectivity of data. It's not putting a piece of software in the cloud. It is making sure the data flows from this party to this party, or these parties to these parties. And it's the whole supply of data that matters, because what they're paying for is the data. They're not paying for the system. So that's why I think that it's inevitable that more and more of these technology suppliers, more and more suppliers of chemical products that are sold based on performance, equipment that is sold based on performance, more and more it's going to go like that. It has to go this way.
Ralph had a question, and then Walt.
He answered it.
Okay, Walt, go ahead.
From a strategic point of view, Cross-Sun, this is a major step out for Yokogawa. You are not well known for doing acquisitions. Is this the first of many? Is this a new business change strategy?
So of course, we continuously invest some money for R&D, so no doubt about it. But in this transformation 2017, our CEO clearly mentioned, on top of organic growth, we look for the outside of Yokogawa. This is the first one, so we continue that. Thank you for the comment.
We were the test case. I survived.
Don't fail.
No, there was a test case before you, and it survived too.
Any more questions?
You said the solution was built on PI/SQL. Is that OSI?
Yeah, Pi and SQL. Yeah.
Okay,
So
but
OSI
it's,
software
but
system.
Pi is from us.
Yep.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, so we have a very good relationship. Yokogawa has a very good relationship, and as part of our acquisition, we signed a kind of a long-term deal with OSI Software to make sure that the platform stays available.
I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah, you talk about innovation, and one of the ways to do this is through IIoT type applications. But as you look for innovation, are you looking top down, or are you putting in a mechanism or a way to bring Uber-style innovation up from your customers or up from other places outside of Yokogawa?
So how are we dealing with innovation and our co-innovation process?
Okay, so all right, maybe I speak out of turn, right? I don't think Yokogawa is doing an Uber anything any day soon. So I think the appetite for innovation is tempered by the industries that we work in. I think this data as a service is very innovative in the industries we work in. I think the business model that's behind it, the way that it allows our customers, our mutual customers, to consume applications and consume information is quite innovative. So there will be business models behind this which are non-traditional from a Yokogawa sense.
And also our clients are expecting more and more, and also we are getting opportunity to create a solution jointly. So that's the reason why we put the slogan of process co-innovation. So I think that this will bring a lot of opportunities, not only in the plant, but we have all the capability beyond the plant. So we have a wider the portfolio. So I'm pleased to work with the customer to innovate for their solution.
Okay, if there's no more questions, I'd just like to tell everybody that we do have a press kit available, and in the press kit there's several press releases, there's a copy of our slides for this presentation, and there's also an ARC white paper on IoT that addresses sustainability and network connectivity. So, and that's also available in the virtual press room, so I invite all of you to take a look at that, and also visit our booth. And if you have any more questions, we can schedule some more time with some of our executives. So thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
Yes, you Nice to see you again. Sometime today.
We'll get the reception afterwards.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it. Well, I don't want to waste your printing.
Good.
See you later.
Very interesting. I'd like to talk to you some more about this.
Yeah, it's a very conservative company, but it's something that we just